Hello, hello. Guess what? Guess what? It's episode 20. It almost took me out. Episode 20, ladies. We'll just let them fly free, okay? Welcome to another episode of Fit, Fine, and Flowing with Sasha Janae. Okay, so I am, is my mic feeding good? Because I had it covered, okay. I am super obsessed with these little balloons here. So just one more time for the gram. Okay. All right. Welcome to episode 20, ladies. We made it. Yay. Man, it feels so good to be in here. It feels so good to be with you ladies. What a day. I'm not really going to say what a week. I'm just going to say what a day. I did finally finish my hair. So there's that. We are celebrating episode 20. So I got some conversation for you ladies today. I'm just super blessed to be here. Welcome back to my viewers. Welcome to my new viewers. I'm so grateful to have you guys. This episode kind of took a little bit of a turn for me just because of some personal events, which I'm not going to go into tonight just because it's a little too fresh. But things, man, when you're meant to do something, I feel like the more adversity that you face in some cases, in some instances, I feel like the more adversity you face, like the bigger the blessing that's on the other side. Like I woke up this morning, it was thunderstorm, rain, it was crazy. The thunder literally scared me, and a whole adult woman, the electricity didn't go on, nothing. But when I walked out the door to a double rainbow. And y'all already know me. That was so beautiful. That was so romantic of God to just say, hey girl, don't you worry. Like I got you ×2. And it's episode 20. Like what? Stop even playing. So welcome to everybody. I do need to crack this open. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Alani Slush. Okay. Just because of today's events, your girl needed some under eye pads to like plump things up. A little bit of crying happening today. I put on a couple of fresh little lash strips. So if you see me blinking crazy, you know what's going on. And then of course, I can't even open up my Alani Slush yet. We were going to do champagne, but then I was like, you know what? Ain't no champagne like an energy drink. So here we are. So ladies, if you are curious, I'm just trying not to get pink juice on my dress. If you are curious, this dress here is from Shein. I do not know where this jean jacket is from. I'm an elder millennial. So every opportunity I get, if I go out in the evening time and it's casual wear, guess what I'm wearing? I'm wearing a jean jacket. So here we are, okay? I did finally finish my hair. I did my own hair. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. So let me go ahead and get into the episode for y'all, because I was running a little late today. It was a lot happening. Y'all will hear about it eventually. If you know me personally, you know, just keep my family in your prayer. Like just keep my family in your prayer. But sometimes we just got to compartmentalize and we got to get the things done. This is Fit, Fine, and Flowing. This is us flowing right into the next space, because we're not going to give the enemy no space, no room to steal, kill, destroy, nothing. Like this is God's territory. What we're doing here, what we're building, this is for the kingdom. So we're not even doing none of that. Okay. So I wanted to, I hope you watched episode 19. So episode 19 dropped today. Obviously, you know, whatever. I always feel weird saying that, but okay. So let me suck it in. So episode 19 dropped today. And if you watched episode 19, I felt like it was a good episode. I felt like it was such a good episode. I will be so transparent with you. We ended up having to cut it short a little bit. So I just wanted to, do like a little recap and kind of drive into today's episode a little bit, but this is going to be very lighthearted information. I'm not going to keep y'all long. We just want to go ahead and start out our 10,000 steps is what we're going to do. So with this episode, that's the goal. We're going to make it long enough to do our 10,000 steps, excuse me. More Alani, please. Right. So episode 20 is a milestone. Let's look up what the number 20 means. Because y'all know me. Y'all know how I go, right? So the Googly says 20, a period of divine waiting, spiritual awakening, and completion of a cycle. So that means that we're probably through the beginning process of this, and now it's time to get through the meat and potatoes. So like, I feel like episodes 1 through 20 was probably like the appetizer, okay? And so now like we're here, like it's time to order the main course. And if we're Italian, we're like ordering hella main courses and stuff like that, right? It's known as a powerful message of harmony and balance. Trust your intuition and surrender your control. You're on the right path, and the universe is preparing new transformative opportunities for you. So if that resonates with you, wonderful. If it does not, I totally understand. It's going to resonate with somebody. In scripture, 20 is in biblical scripture. The significance is 20 is frequently associated with a period of complete waiting, testing, or preparation. For example, Jacob labored for 20 years before he was released from bondage and received his family and property. It symbolizes a cycle where patience ultimately leads to blessings and redemption. So if y'all know me, y'all know my voice gets all weird like that. Like, dang, that's deep. So I received that. Thank you, Lord. Sheesh. Okay. So to celebrate episode 20, I got balloons. No, I got balloons, but I also want to do like a little recap. So for my new viewers, for my existing viewers, I wanted to go over a recap of the top 5 must see episodes. Okay. Top must see episodes. I need to drink some more Alani. Okay. So if you know me and you love me, I'm just going to tell you, keep my family and I in prayer. I feel like as things grow, you know, stuff around the families and stuff like that might intensify a little bit. And, you know, as long as you just stay focused and stay on your path, like everything will pass. Okay. Everything will, I'm not trying to show y'all my boobie. I'm trying to show you guys, or I'm trying to let the mic breathe a little bit because I don't want to cover it up. I'm all scared. Anyways. All right. So we are in the Great Summer Lock-In. Okay. Currently we're in the Great Summer Lock-In. This season is about discipline in every area. Okay. Mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. We are going to be talking about growth, peaks and valleys, 75 hard, fitness, macros, and the all things vagina segment. So I believe that this all things vagina segment may have a part 2, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's just see like where this conversation takes us. Okay. So a recap of last episode, I was letting you guys know why I was doing 75 hard again. Okay. It's not just for fitness. The main reason why I'm jumping back into 75 hard is for financial. See, this the shit I'm talking about right here. This the shit. Don't worry about it though, because I don't think that you can tell from over there. Hold on. Will it be real tacky if I just try and stick this back on? So I got these from TJ Maxx, and these are my favorite because I'm not really like a high maintenance girly like that. Like, I'm not going to say I'm not a high maintenance girly. I'm going to say like, I am not the type of girl that has the patience to sit there and do all the things. So I started wearing lashes, and I feel like people really love a lash look on me. And I love a lash look on me. Okay. And with that being said, I've been wearing lashes, so I had to go re-up, and they're clusters. They're not strips. $9.99. They come pre-glued. So that happened, and we're going to move on from there. If you guys want to, I will link where the lashes are from. They're really good lashes. I just rushed putting them on. So y'all, this is not a reflection of this company, I promise. Okay, so 75 hard. I want to jump back into 75 hard because I feel like the summer is such an easy space for me to get all whimsical, lose my mind, fall in love, all this extra shit that I don't need to be worried about right now, because I need to be worried about building business, focusing on me, healing, and loving my family. That's what I need to focus on. I talked a little bit about this new adventure that I am on. During 75 hard, you have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book, nonfiction meaning self-development. So there's 2 books on my horizon. The Body Keeps Score, which is secondary, honestly, because primarily I am really, really focused on learning how to day trade. Learning how to day trade because I cannot physically go to another job. I don't have it in me. I don't want my family to have to sacrifice me like that. But this is something that I can learn from home. I can be in control over. And overall, I do believe this is something that is going to add to one of the streams that sets my family and I financially free. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I had a dream, and I seen myself in a penthouse, and it was a very vivid dream. My kids, they were young. They were not grown. They each had a bedroom. I'm not like the type of woman that wants like a house with a white picket fence. Like, give me a what do you call it? A apartment in a condo in the sky, apartment in the sky. Like, I want a really nice, like, upscale apartment type of thing. That's just personally me. If it's not for you, do not dog me, okay? But I've known ever since I was young that I was supposed to be wealthy. It's just that life is full of choices, and we make one choice. You know, you take the red or green pill, you live and you learn. You feel me? So I have made choices that have gotten me to this point. But when greatness is inside of you, like, it's still inside of you, like, it's got to come out somewhere. So I'm ready. Like, that's really it. I'm ready. And so this 75 hard is not only obviously about physical discipline, because I want the results, I want the health, but I also want to continue to enrich my mind, because the healthier and cleaner my body is, the more it seems that I'm open to building, I'm receptive to knowledge and learning new things. And I'm just open spiritually for God to be able to talk to me directly and not have to sift through all the caca, okay? Because we do be putting caca in our bodies, okay? So let's see here. I definitely, I added a couple things into my 75 hard, which is daily budgeting. And then sticking to my macros, not a diet, because macros is lifestyle, diet is temporary. And really just becoming the type of woman that keeps promises to myself. Because when I keep promises to myself, everybody around me is going to feel that. Everybody around me is going to feel the blessings of me just really standing 10 toes down for Sasha. Okay. Now we have come to episode 20. I can believe we're here, but also, like, I think Sasha from last year is trying to catch up with Sasha from this year. And we're through the appetizer. Now it's time to eat the meat and potatoes. So it's like, holy smokes, this is a milestone. But as equally excited as I am about this, I am also scared. And I'm not scared in a negative way. I literally was having a conversation with my girl yesterday. Girl, do not take your foot off the gas. Do not look back. Do not let old things pull you backwards. Move forward. It's really just like, it's just that time. If it was never a time to build, bro, and I'm speaking to all my sisters in flow who have that entrepreneurial spirit inside of you, if it was never a time to build, this is the time. This is the right time. So get in your bag, okay? And then also, it is so difficult to function in today's world without either a second person income in your household or a second stream of income, third, fourth. And now we have so much information. We have so many resources. It's really just a matter of eliminating the excuses and really going to make it happen. And that's what I want my sisters in flow to get from this conversation, okay? So in celebration of episode 20, let's go ahead and talk about my top 5 favorite episodes, okay? The must-watch episodes. And since it's our podcast, right? There was a couple, I love all the episodes, don't get me wrong. And honestly, make a playlist, listen to all the episodes until you can't listen no more, right? But we're going to start with episode 1. Of course, we're going to start with episode 1 because episode 1 is the ultimate episode. This is where it all began. This was the 15 minutes of vision, baby, that I put in front of you guys. That was the original vision. That was the nervous. That was the outfit perfect. That was Sasha but that was Sasha 20 episodes ago. So I think it's really interesting to see how far I've come, even just with being comfortable in front of the camera, learning, am I going to start by sitting down? Am I going to be walking in? You know, my wardrobe piece of things, like how I'm going to do my hair and makeup, just consistency and all that stuff like that. And just really my vision, and to see episode 1 versus how it's going episode 20, and to see the growth, chef's kiss. Okay. So I highly recommend episode 1. Plus it's only 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes. Okay. Now, the next episode would be episode 4, the birthday episode, simply because wear the dress, ma'am, wear the dress. Life is too short. Life is literally too freaking short to keep holding ourselves back, to keep making excuses, to stay mediocre. Life is way too short, okay? And you know who I'm talking to. So girl, wear the damn dress. Birthday is my favorite holiday. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm able to, for that moment, be my 100% highest self. I love a birthday. Sasha loves a birthday, okay? Let's see here. It really, and also it just really gave a glimpse into me. Like I did 30 in 7 years, like lessons that I've learned over 30 in 7 years, 30, because I'm 37. And just getting a little intimate with you guys and giving you a piece of me, okay? Now, let's see here. The third favorite episode is the All Things Vagina episode. Bold, funny, educational, definitely like, it's a must see, because I wanted, and you'll, if you've caught up to the episodes, you'll understand where All Things Vagina comes from. Initially, I had a podcast with my best friend. Hey, spicy bitches. Shout out to my girls. So we had a podcast together. That didn't go that didn't go anywhere. No hard feelings, no worries. And then I was like, I'm going to do another podcast. For like about 2 years, I said, I'm gonna. And the podcast, I finally was like, I'm going to name it All Things Vagina, like MTV, but ATV, All Things Vagina. And it was going to be for the girls, which is 100%, like, I'm 10 toes down for the girls. Okay. If you didn't know, now you know. But the podcast was going to be for the girls, and it was just going to be like women's health education, basically fit, fine, and flowing, but more so on the vagina and being a woman than on the fitness side. So now with fit, fine, and flowing, that worked because now we can include all the different facets of a woman. Because you know that song, and I was listening to an old school playlist yesterday when I was doing my leg workout, I'm Every Woman. Dude, we are everything and more. And I'm not taking anything away from our men. Shout out to the men. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. Be extra gentle and extra kind with your man, your son, your granddaddy, your dad, the gentleman that you see out in the streets. You never know what these men are going through. So shout out to the men in our lives, the men not in our lives, but in the streets and running around. Like, they go through things too, ladies. So anyways, this here, Fit, Fine, and Flowing, is able to include everything in one. Okay. So the All Things Vagina episode is a really good entrance. And I really love that everybody just, I feel like everybody's favorite part is like, stop and give me 10 seconds of Kegels. No, really. Stop. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I'm double jointed because I can drink and do Kegels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, perfect. Okay, boom. So the All Things Vagina episode, awesome. Okay. Now then the fourth episode is Faith, Family, and Fitness with Amy. Amy is my girl. I love her down. You guys prepare to get sick of how much I love Amy, and how, like, today, when I don't, because of today's event, seeing her tomorrow, I feel like I'm just gonna like melt into a puddle. That is my big sister from another Mr. Bro. But anyways, that was such an amazing episode. Women are strong, women are beautiful. We are out here surviving life, raising these babies into wonderful human beings, being wonderful human beings. And that was just one of my favorite episodes because I got to sit here and chat with my girl. Okay. And then last but certainly not least expectations versus reality episode. Everyone wants a soft girl until it's time to pay the bills. That one was real because I struggle, and I'll be very honest with you all. I struggle with being super vulnerable with my sisters in flow. And so I'm working through that. And the only reason I struggle is because I think about like everyday people. Okay. I think about everyday people that judge, and I think about the haters, and this is some real stuff. I'm just being vulnerable with you. And I think about like certain groups of people that are like, oh yeah, go girl, or hey girl, hey, but really they're talking behind my back. So when it comes to being vulnerable, and like this is the reason we don't have very many spaces where we can be vulnerable and let our hair down without judgment. So I am intentionally working to overcome feeling like, oh no, that's too much. You know, people are going to talk about da da da. No, no, no. My journey, like Sash did that, so you don't have to go through that. Like that's really, that's the vision here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really intentionally working myself out of that. So I loved expectations versus reality because I became my most vulnerable self with you all so far. And I hope that it resonated with you. And I appreciate the women that did reach out and tell me that it resonated because it was such a big deal and it was very deeply personal to me. So I think that these episodes, you know, they're all relatable. People be telling me I'm funny, bitch. I'm hilarious. Okay. No, no, no. I have a lot of fun. Like I think that would be maybe my next raw talent is being a comedian, because I really find like the funny thing. I just think of the funny things. I say the funny things. People say I'm funny. Sometimes people laughing with me. Sometimes people laughing at me. I'm okay. I'm here for it. I'm a good sport. Right. So just being honest and just having girl talk and just kind of, I need you to walk away from these episodes feeling like you can go another day, feeling like, let me put my head up and fix my crown. I need you to walk away from these episodes understanding that you're not alone in this experience, okay? You are not alone. You're not at the end of the road. You can, not only can you take another step, not only can you get out of bed another day, but you can get out of bed and you can accomplish your dreams. You can hit your goals. You can do it. And that is my passion and my pride in Fit, Fine, and Flowing. Okay. So when it comes, and I'm already starting to feel, I do not want to talk about peaks and valleys today. Not because nothing good has happened, but I just don't, I'm not talking about peaks and valleys today. I'm not talking about peaks and valleys today. So what I will say is that peaks and valleys is an important episode segment, because I really want you all to wake up chasing gratitude. And how do we chase gratitude? Is we're looking for things that are good happening in our life. And even if it's like, damn, my car, I had to get my tire replaced. Well, I'm glad that it happened at this time instead of this time. I'm glad that, you know, the tire blew out, because then I would have known I had to get all four of them replaced, type of stuff. So I want my sisters in flow on the search for like chasing gratitude. So okay, how can I say thank you, God, you know, today? How, like, that's how I want you to wake up. So that is the purpose of peaks and valleys, and also to understand that life is not perfect. Um, Life is just not perfect. And, you know, as sure as there's going to be a peak, there is going to be a valley, but we can navigate through it together. So in particular today, I don't want to talk about it because I think like my valley was an experience that I never expected. And I'm just like super duper duper raw from it. So we'll talk about it in another episode. But I do want to, again, emphasize that it is men's mental health awareness, and just check on your people. Check on your people, love your people down. You don't have to force conversation out of anybody. Just simply being there with them may make a difference, okay? And when it comes to peaks and valleys, like even today, I hope I'm not cheating anybody out of the peaks and valleys experience when it comes to episode 20. But I got blush on, y'all, and I got like my eyelashes are still sticky. I can't do tears with you right now, okay? But the goal is growth in how you respond when it comes to valleys. Okay, the goal is to keep moving forward, even when it's not pretty, even when it's not easy, even when it's not convenient, you got to learn to compartmentalize. You got to learn how to move forward. You got to learn how to be strong and stay strong and be the rock. Okay. So let me just take a little sip here. I think it's the energy drink starting to kick in, but okay. Tell me, listen, you probably can't see me, but tell me the body is not tea. And then the little jacket with this, you probably can't see me. Tell me the body is not tea. I'm just playing. I'm messing with my producer, y'all. Okay. So, now 75 hard check-in, because last episode 19, I did tell y'all I was going to do 75 hard. So guess how many times I have restarted 75 hard since I told you guys I was going to do 75 hard. 75 hard, day 1 of 75, take 7. Okay. The shit is crazy. So first off, my niece's gender reveal was last Saturday. I had my Pookie and the kids are in town. I mean, everything was crazy. So Friday, we got a good workout in, a really good workout together. I honestly love going to the gym with Pookie. I wish we lived closer to each other. Shout out to her. Girl, move closer. The end. Saturday, I had to open the club last minute. So not like the gym club. Oh, and we went out. Shout out to R&B Saturdays, R&B. Goddamn, no shout out. No, Friday night R&B, New Thing in Port St. Lucie. They really did their thing. The DJ was lit. I honestly don't be caring so much about the venue and stuff like that. I care about the DJ because the DJ is going to make the event or break the event. And amazing job. We had a time. It was a great time. So anyways, I was up late Friday night, and then Saturday morning I ended up having to open the club. So I'm up at 5 a.m. To open the gym, and then dash to finish the food for the gender reveal. So it was so much freaking going on. I mean, there was no way. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm thinking maybe I'll get up Sunday and be able to be in routine. No, completely out of routine on Sunday. I did go to a spin class, but my brain just wouldn't function for me. So I'm like, you know what? Nope, I'm gonna start Monday. So long story short, here we are today. Today was going to be day 1 of 75, but I did not wake up for my 4:30 a.m. walk. Okay. I absolutely did not stick to my macros. I didn't drink any water. I'm undernourished. I'm underhydrated. I haven't worked out. And today overall, like, this is the highlight of my day right here, right now. So mañana, Lord willing, tomorrow, day 1 of 75 again. And I just want to be real with y'all. It be like that. It really be like that. I will say, I have been reading 10 pages every single day, but I'm trying, when I tell you I'm trying to do like a perfect 75 hard, I don't want to leave no crumbs. I'm trying to eat that shit. Okay. So, day 1 of 75 starts tomorrow. I promise. Okay. And we are going to start, even if I have to start over all summer, at least I'm not all willy-nilly out here in these streets. You feel me? So, it's really just about proving to myself that I can stay consistent. And when nobody's looking and when nobody is clapping, I'm still on my stuff. And also, I'm looking forward to getting through this book so I can open up my day trading account and learn about it. This is something just like this podcast. This is something that I should have been on a couple years ago. Okay. And I played, but here we are. Thank God I'm here with a, sound mind to be able to do this with y'all. Okay. So it is about the kind of discipline that changes your life. So I'm calling this a great summer lock-in. So yes, it's exciting. Episode 20, but guess what? We are getting our lives together. So tomorrow I don't have to go into work until 11. I got some legal stuff to handle. And then I am going to work out. I'm going to get my 10 pages out of the way. I'm going to do some cleaning of the house. Like, it's going to be we're on point tomorrow. Okay. So macros. Okay. So the main topic for today's episode is going to be, I don't know what I want to call it yet. We're going to get there. I don't know what I want to call it yet, but I want to talk to y'all about, I do want to talk to you about health and wellness and fitness. We're coming into the summer. Summer has people making a lot of excuses. Summer has people like y'all was building for the summer, summer body this, summer body that. Then you come into summer, you destroy all your progress, baby. Don't do that. I feel like life's about balance. So have a good time, right? Enjoy yourself, but do not destroy everything that you've been working for so far. Okay. I believe that you can have a good time at the cookout, right? And then you can also rejuvenate, rehydrate, get enough rest, still do your workout. I'm around these types of people every single day, so I know it's 100% possible, okay? So let's talk macros, because there's a lot of people that are overwhelmed, don't understand it. They feel like they only want to focus on calories. They only want to focus on a calorie deficit. They only want to focus on protein. No, I believe, and I believe it because I've gotten my peak results when I am following my full macros to the T. So I use an app called what the fuck is that? Food Noms. And I don't think you can see it, and I can't make it bigger because I'm just an elder millennial. But it's this orange one with a fork and then the 2 bars. Track your food. So first step is going to be figure out what your macros are. Okay, your personal macros, not what Instagram and TikTok say you should be eating in a day. What your macros calculated by your age, your body fat, your weight, and something else. Okay, we're gonna get there. And then program it into your food tracking app. I do not suggest an AI app. I suggest that you manually enter your foods, or you do the code, because when you get to taking the picture, you're leaving it up to literally a robot who is learning. You're leaving it up to them to count everything. So I don't necessarily believe it's going to be as accurate as you want it to be. Okay. So macros are very important when you want results. Okay. Macros are protein. Macros track your protein, your carbs, and your fat. Okay. I used to feel like I ate well because I wasn't eating fast food and I was eating home cooked food. It turns out that I was not eating well. I was consuming way too many fats. I was consuming too many calories. I was under consuming protein. So it's very important for you to stop guessing and get in the habit of tracking your food and staying on top of your macros. I do not think that you will have to do that forever, but in the interim, if you're at the beginning of your fitness journey, or you're pressing restart, or you have new goals, get on top of the macros, okay? So a simple starting formula for protein is to eat around 0.7 to 1. So 0.7 to 1 grams per pound of your goal body weight, okay? Your fat consumption should be around 0.3 to 0.4 grams per pound of body weight. Your carbs should fill the carb fill in the rest based on your calorie. Okay, so carbs would be whatever your calorie goal is. Okay, you insert your carbs in there. So if somebody, for example, and I'm reading from the phone because I have to say this right. I don't want to say this wrong. Plus the Alani beach is kicking in. Okay. So if someone weighs 150 pounds, a simple starting point might be 120 grams of protein, 50 grams of fat, and the rest carbs, depending on what your calorie consumption is. Macros are a tool. You shouldn't feel like, oh my God, I got to check my... No, it kind of feels like that in the beginning, but all new habits that are good for you feel like that, okay? I want to tell you guys about my InBody scan when it comes to macros. So ever since my last attempt at 75 hard, I have not been 100% on top of my macros. Y'all know I went on a cruise bay, Bahama Mama, right? So I say all that to say, like, when I got back from the cruise, I was very worried that I was going to have gained more body fat, lost more muscle. Even though on the cruise I ate pretty well, I definitely wasn't tracking nothing, okay? I definitely wasn't tracking nothing, okay? And but I was eating cleaner than I normally would, except for this one time when I had like this double cheeseburger and made myself completely sick. It's really, really wild. So I took my InBody scan. I think it's been a week now. I did my InBody scan and it was pretty impressive. Even with the amount of control that I had going on the cruise and the week prior to it, I still decreased my body fat percentage and increased my muscle mass. So my body fat is in a space where I was like, wow, I didn't expect that. So I have 43% body fat. My goal by the end of the summer is 40%. And that's gonna, I think, honestly, I don't think that that's like, I think that's an easy attainable goal, honestly. But now that I'm paying so much more attention to my macros, I'm like, okay, I've never set a body fat percentage goal. So I would like to be, I would like, once I'm in maintenance, I would like to be like 30%. I feel like that's cool. I am a Black woman. I have big thighs. I got big butt. You know what I'm saying? What waist? But anyways, that's my personal goal for me. Okay. So it just helps when you're not tracking your macros to kind of stick to certain guidelines and don't cheat yourself and don't kid yourself. Okay. So now you handle your macros, you stay on top of your macros, and this is really just like fitness and discipline and nutrition. If you're pressing restart or you want to make sure that you lock in over the summer, working out is going to be key. And I am always, listen, do what you feel, but I am always going to push weight training. Why are we weight training? Because women over in their mid 30s start to rapidly lose lean muscle. Muscle protects your bones. Okay, we're getting older. Muscle also gives you your shape. Muscle helps to balance your hormones. There is so many wonderful, magical things that muscles do. So I'm always going to preach weight training, but I'm not talking no like 5-10 pound Pilates type joints, right? And no offense to Pilates community, I love you, and I am going to get certified. Honestly, probably a 2027 project, but I do look forward to getting certified in Pilates. Anyways, I'm talking lift heavy, lift so heavy that like my favorite thing in the world is when I'm doing arms and legs. I'm not running, it's not hot, I'm in AC, and I'm like sweating like the cartoons out of my head. That's when you know that you're lifting the way that you should. You're lifting like that when you are print God, just let me push one more rep out and you're only at 7. Okay, that is peak weight training, and that's what I will always preach. So 3 to 4 times a week, you want to build out a workout split. Now, I'm also always going to preach personal training. I'm going to preach personal training because of how my fitness journey changed and enhanced when I linked up with Amy, Ash, and I'm always surrounded by trainers because I do work in a gym, disclaimer, right? But the knowledge base that they have, my certification as a health coach, but when it comes to actually touching the weights and doing the exercise, lock in with a personal trainer, okay? Do it. They say that you should invest, the 1%ers say that you should invest, I think it's like $10,000 in yourself. It's more than that. I think that's like a really low ball. But anyways, to start, and you should be investing in yourself. And I'm not talking like cars, clothes, hose. I'm talking about what's going to build you to your highest self, knowledge base, physical base. And a personal trainer is absolutely 100% included in that. Okay. So get you a personal trainer. If you're not there yet, that's perfectly fine. Go to the internet, go to Googly. Googly is going to help you. Googly is going to be your best friend. Okay. So pretty standard, a 3 to 4 day workout split where 3 to 4 days you're hitting different muscle groups, and then also incorporating cardio. If you're looking for fat loss, like me, I'm recomp and fat loss, then I'm adding cardio at the end of every weight training session. If this was me, okay. So for example, a 3 day split, lower body, which would be like glutes and hamstrings. Then you have upper body, okay, which includes your chest. Ladies, let me tell you how different my body looks naked now that I do back, tris, bis, and chest. Okay, now chest, I do be slacking on my chest days, but when I do my chest, girls, and I got little boobies. Like I got cute little boobies. Like nothing's wrong with my boobies. I don't have crazy saggy nothing, you know what I'm saying? But we're women, like things happen, gravity happens. So when you're incorporating that chest day, when you're doing them arms, baby, listen, it is a whole like hourglass shape. It is a whole nother dimension of hourglass shape. Okay. Then you have, so 3 day split would be lower body, glutes and hams, upper body. You're going to hit everything, upper body. Okay. And then again, day 3 would be lower body, quads, and glutes. And then day 4 could be a full body. Okay. It could be lower, upper, lower, upper. type of vibe. And then don't forget a core day. That's why I think 3 to 4 days ain't enough. It's just not enough, Lord. It's just not enough unless you do your lower and then core and then cardio, your upper and then core and then cardio. Like that's a pretty good formula to follow. Okay. I always say like it depends on your timing. Like my watch is set to work out for a minimum of 45 minutes. I exceed that because I dance, I post, I selfie, I record, I do all the things. But in my mind, when I don't want to go, but I show up, I'm doing four weights, movements, machines, like 4 exercises, 4 sets of 12 max weight. Like that's what I'm doing. And then I'm doing cardio afterwards. Okay. You also have to consider cardio. You don't want to over cardio because that type of body is like, that's not the body we love. We don't love a cardio body. Okay. A cardio body can sometimes be skinny fat. A cardio body is not a strong body. If you're doing cardio and you fall, what happens to the bones that are not protected by the muscle because you're doing so much cardio that it's eating away at your muscles? Okay. So there's a balance when it comes to cardio. Also, make sure that when you're setting your fitness goals for the summer, you are setting SMART goals. Simple, manageable, attainable. I fucked it up. I'll be honest with you. SMART goals. Okay. It's a thing. When it comes to cardiovascular, it's really good for conditioning and fat loss. If that's the goal, you can, incline walking right now is very popular. Excuse me, is very popular. You got the Stairmaster, you got Jacob's Ladder, you got the sleds that you could push and pull. You have spin class. Spin class is my little baby right now. Right now I'm super duper locked into spin class and cycling, just because I felt like I got so far away from it and I got out of shape. We actually have a new release coming in like 30 days. So there's going to be a big spin party that I think I'm going to have to teach at. And I don't know the new routine, but nobody tell my director of fitness. Okay. And then of course your body needs fuel. Do not come out here on a workout split, on a this, on a that, on the third, and eating the amount of protein you're supposed to eat, but you're not paying attention to the calories that you're putting in your body or what kind of calories you're putting in your body. Okay. Calories are going to fuel your body to be able to manage lifting the weights. If you're exhausted all the time, you are not eating enough. If you're exhausted all the time, you are eating garbage. Figure out what it is, change it up, sis. Okay. We got this together. Okay. So now, that's pretty much it's a great summer lock-in. I want to have so much fun with y'all, and I want to pop bottles, and I want to, like, I don't know what I want to do, but I do want you guys to understand, like, right now, like it's a time for everything. Right now is a time to lock in. So that is our fit, fine, and flowing fit portion of conversation, because I feel like it's been a little minute since we really got into anything like directly physical fitness. Okay. So now our all things vagina segment, and you guys are going to have to be patient with me here because the way that I learn is I like things broken down into real simple spaces. Okay. So on today's all things, hold on a second. Cheers. Hold on. Let's go ahead and do some Kegels. I'm not counting this one down, right? I'm just going to take a little sippy sip here and make sure we're ready. We're going to do some Kegels together. I also want to let you know, we do Kegels not just so our pussy could be tight for whomever. We are doing Kegels to strengthen our pelvic floor. We are doing Kegels for personal control. It is not always about our counterpart. Okay, so on your mark, get set, go. Okay, and then real quick, Kegel and just hold it. All right, and release. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I wanted to talk to y'all about the orgasm. Okay, so why do I want to talk to you about an orgasm climax, right? This is the all things vagina segment, and I want to talk to you about this because I have not been having any. That's why I want to talk to you about this. I haven't been having any. So hear me out. I want to talk about orgasm because I feel like that like there is a difference in my personal functionality when I am not having sex. So I was like, damn, like everything in order, bills paid, like everything's in order in my life. Why do I feel like a little missing link? Like I feel like I don't know how to explain it. I feel like, damn, like what's undone, bro? Like what's going on? And then it kind of dawned on me like, oh, I haven't climaxed in a very long time. So here we are. So this is, and I'm just being transparent with y'all. This is where this came up. This is where this idea came up from. So, like, what happens in our brain when we climax? Okay. And I think it's important to kind of go over this thing because even though we feel it or we know, to be reminded of it is kind of like interesting. And maybe you don't know the direct science behind it or whatever like that. So, I am not a scientist. I am barely a woman in STEM. This is some facts that we collected off the Googly and Beyonce's internet, and here we are. So I would love to have feedback. I would love you let me know if you're interested in it. You let me know comments. You send me some stories in about your latest and greatest climax. And excuse me, we'll go from there. Again, that's Alani. My bad, y'all. So let's get into the educational piece. Okay. I wish I had my teacher glasses on. So an orgasm is a peak sexual experience that involves both the body and the brain. During an orgasm, the brain's reward system lights up. So this kind of speaking to the fact that like I felt like something was missing, like I'm working out. So I am getting a dopamine release. I'm working out. I think that's the only, like, I guess that might be the only dopamine release that's happening in my body. And crazy, if you were watching Faith Family, Amy's episode, working out actually increases your libido. So if you are celibate and you like finna lock in to fitness, I want to let you know like shit gets real, bro. It gets really real. Anyways. Okay. So during the orgasm, the brain's reward system lights up. So chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins are associated with pleasure, bonding, and relaxation. That's why for me, I notice a void when I do not have skin to skin. Okay. And I'll just leave it at that. So now when you have, when I have a really good orgasm or three, right? Shout out, you're my fit, mom. Shout out to you. You know who you are. I personally feel inspired. I feel motivated. I feel productive. Like, bitch, I'm going to clean the whole house. I'm going to clean my neighbor's house. I'm going to clean my car out. I'm going to do all the things that I put aside and I'm too tired to do at the end of the day. I'm about to write like a thesis on, why that person is like the GOAT of all time, the greatest of all time, excuse me. I cannot emphasize to you like how inspired I become. Like I'd be like, oh my God, that would be a wonderful business to build. Let's do it. I journal. I do a lot of stuff and I'm not going to take away from it being the man. Okay. I'm not going to take away from it being the man. Okay. I'm saying a man in general. Don't be reading into what I'm saying, y'all. But that like God created man and woman for each other. So like what a beautiful creation sex and the pleasure from sex is. Like how beautiful, right? So it definitely orgasm, not a sexual experience, but an orgasm certainly does personally for me do all the things for me. It puts me in the greatest mood. I feel like an immense stress relief. I have this energy that I just don't even like the shit come from nowhere. That's why it's so important. And this is not scientific. This is personal thought process, right? That's why for me, it's so important to just not have just any and everybody in your bed. I guess we all go through like a little space like that we'll call a hoe phase, but baby, it's not worth it because you end up fucking around and connecting with the wrong person. And if all this good stuff happens when you have an orgasm, I wonder what happens when you connect with the wrong person. You might not even get an orgasm. And then you're out here taking on all the negative energy and spirits that they got to offer you. Like, what we really be doing outside? That's why I'm not a young hoe. I'm not an old hoe. I ain't a hoe. That's why I'm in the house. And that's why I haven't had an orgasm. Okay. So an orgasm is just not one thing also. There are different types of orgasms. So there was a clip on Agree to Disagree podcast with Bubby TV. And we were talking about like different orgasms because you can have the clitoral stimulation orgasm. You can have the internal G-spot orgasm. et cetera, because I don't have the scientific ways to say it. So that also was one of the reasons why I was like, let me talk about orgasms. If I'm not, you can't beat them, join them. If I'm not having them, I'm going to talk about them. Okay. So, let's see here. There's, look, I do. So clitoral, the types of orgasms we have. We have clitoral, vaginal, G spot related, blended, there's nipple, and there's even cervical orgasms. I don't know if I know anything about a cervical orgasm, but there might actually be a number two to this because this is so interesting to me. I love learning about my body, and I love being the guinea pig to learn about this. But since I'm not the guinea pig, I'm just going to read about it and imagine it, right? So the biggest point here is that a woman's sexual experience varies a lot. My sexual experience and my best friend's sexual experience can be completely different. Her stimulations, the way that she orgasms, her body's response, what happens in her brain overall. Like maybe I get energy and she is so, her stress is so relieved that she goes to sleep type of vibe. Okay. Now, there's definitely not a one size fits all normal. So we can have a panel of women in the room talking about their orgasmic experiences, and they can all be different. So keep that in mind. Also, how long an orgasm lasts can vary as well. So like the physical peak of an orgasm could be very brief, but the effects of it could linger. Like me, for example, I can take over the world if you do it right. Okay, I can take over the world. And I don't know, like if you can relate, if you feel seen, like let me know something, okay? For me, it's personal and it's passion and it's love. I'm not going to orgasm from a one night stand or from somebody that I can't stand. This is why I do not deal with casual sex anymore. It is stress, safety, connection, mental presence. All of that for me personally matter. But for the next woman, like if you think of the cast of Sex in the City, from my 30 somethings, right? Plus, if you think of the cast of Sex in the City, Samantha didn't need safety, connection, and all of that. She just wanted a hot guy, right? Whereas Charlotte was looking for a husband and safety and connection, and Carrie was looking for passion. I don't know what the hell Miranda was looking for. Miranda, I don't know what the hell. If somebody knows what Miranda was looking for, you please tell me, okay? So when it comes to looking into women's health and looking into the vaginal health and stuff like that, there's a couple references that I did cite and that I'll be doing an even deeper dive into because I'm very interested in this. Like, I wish I was a professor sometimes so I can just teach a class in college about the vagina. Would it be to men or would it be to women? You know what I'm saying? You never know. So you have Emily Nagoski. I struggled with this the whole time that I found her. Nagoski, she has a book called Come As You Are, and this actually breaks down the science of women's sexuality. And it just kind of, it's not all doctory. It really brings it into layman's terms, like the way that I learn things. So if you want to download that, Audible, all that good stuff, it is Emily Nagoski, Nagoski, and the book is called Come As You Are. And so that's breaking down the science of sexuality and stuff like that. Okay. And honestly, when it comes to orgasms and having this conversation, like it's a taboo conversation you really just have with your girls. Luckily, we're sisters in flow. But I want to, like, it's a fun conversation to have. And also, you're learning about your body like in an intimate way with your close sisters and friends. So it's never like it's not about shame. It's not about shame. And I think that for me personally, my biggest sex organ is my brain. I really like if we not locked in, you're not coming anywhere near me. Like I don't care. So personally, that's for me. Sometimes people feel different ways. Like sometimes they can function a little bit different, right? And part of pleasure is wellness. So of course I started this segment by saying that I have not had an orgasm, blah, 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 blah. But Rosina and I, we took a little trip last night. And I can so like learning the education behind like what the brain does with an orgasm, experiencing being going without an orgasm. So I definitely used myself as a research test subject. So Rosina and I took a little trip last night, and I woke up feeling freaking fantastic. If you don't know who Rosina is, mind your business, okay? Whoever needs to know knows. It's my Rose, y'all. It's my Rose. I named her Rosina. Um, but yeah, it definitely changed things. Like I definitely felt more productive, and it was some intimate time that I got to spend with myself. Not to get too much in my business, I just want to let you guys know that pleasure is part of wellness. So a lot of times women are put to shame for pleasure. Like men, they could talk about like doing the man thing and jerking off and all that stuff. Ear muffin, mom, my bad. Jerking off and all that stuff like that. It's so normal. It's comedy. It's like whatever, to be expected. But when we talk about having achieving wellness through self pleasure, it is something for us to be ashamed about. But there's literally a science behind us experiencing that climax, that orgasm, that release. So I want to encourage you, if you haven't been touched, baby, touch yourself. Okay. And again, it's about wellness and it's about science and wellness, right? It is a neurological, emotional, and physical experience. And I just think that's wonderful. I think our bodies are so wonderful and beautiful. Like, I don't know. It is, experience it. I'm actually, I feel very productive. I feel like I can take over the world. Today was very heavy, and I feel like if I didn't experience that release, then I probably just wouldn't be here today, right now, with you. I would be at home curled up in a ball. Okay. So just to recap, y'all, that's it for that. I'm actually going to commit to getting Come As You Are. And I'm going to read into it, and we'll see what comes of what comes, no pun intended, what comes of episode 21. So I want to thank you ladies so much for joining me for episode 20. Listen, it's the Great Summer Lock-In. I had the pleasure of sitting down with a friend. It's actually Mercy's best friend's mama. And, you know, God is just going to put you in the right place at the right time to talk to the right people at the right time. Okay. And the conversation between her and I, it was strictly about business and building and how we are in the same space. So I met somebody that it was a networking opportunity. It's a collaboration opportunity. I am building what she tried to build before, and it's just crazy. So we have a lot of things to look forward to. Also, the Fit Moms panel, I am going to get a group of women together. That is going to be an episode to come. Group of women together that are mamas, single mamas, and we're just going to sit and let our hair down, and we're going to talk about, you know, the sacrifices that we make to get fit, but the excuses that we don't make. Okay. And I just want you guys, whatever commitment that you make, whatever goals that you're setting, stick to it. Like, the only difference between you and success is literally the excuses that you make. Okay. So I am excited to talk to you next week, episode 21. And if you have any feedback for me, love, reviews, I appreciate it. Share this episode with 5 women that need it, and touch yourself and enjoy. Let me know how it goes.